Good evening, everybody. I'm Matt Ryan. This year's women's basketball team experienced many highs during the season, and a lot of those were with the help of their best player. Freshman guard Jessie Davidson had a tremendous rookie season after winning Freshman of the Year and as a member of the All-Conference team. She guided Hanover to the conference championship and even scored a career-high 28 points. If she lives up to her potential, Davidson could be seen as the face of Hanover basketball. After almost winning back-to-back championship seasons, the Hanover College women's basketball team hopes to rebound in the coming years with the help of a top-tier freshman. Newcomer Jessie Davidson has been a force on the court all season. After averaging a team-best 14 points per game, Davidson paced Hanover to a second-place finish in this year's conference tournament. Despite coming up short in the championship game, the local Austin product is still happy with her play this season.
I played well at Earlham. I had my career high of 28 points. I had a double-double against Defiance.
Even though Hanover lost in the championship game, Jessie's season still ended on a high note. She was named first-team All-Conference and was named Conference Freshman of the Year.
In the beginning, I felt as if I was a contender, but by the end of the season, I thought there were other players that may have been awarded that over me, but I ended up receiving it.
Many of Jessie's teammates feel that she is a very important part of this team. There are other people who feel that she can go down as one of Hanover's greats.
Like, she could be up there with the Molly Martins, the Molly Joneses. Like, she could be up there in that caliber of level. Like, she has that much talent. She has that much potential to be that good.
Jessie Davidson will be an important piece of Hanover basketball. Winning Freshman of the Year is just the beginning. Freshmen often help a team, but few change a team. Jessie Davidson is one of those players who can change a team and, with her talent, can bring greatness back to Hanover basketball. There's a saying in sports that the height of your success is determined by the depth of your belief, and that's exactly the mindset of lacrosse this season. Despite a disappointing 5-11 record last year, the Panther lacrosse team could win its first ever league title this season. As of now, they are 7-2 and 3-1 in conference play. Leading the charge are juniors Josh Green and Addison Sears. Green was recently named MLC Athlete of the Week after setting the school record for most goals in a game. He broke fellow junior Nick Herm's record of 8 goals against Mount St. Joe earlier this year. The next home game will be on April 5th against Elmhurst College, right here at Ellis Ayers Field. And finally, football is still about 5 months away, but one of their players is receiving national attention. Sophomore defensive lineman Jake Stillwell was a force all season for the Panthers. He set a Hanover record this year with 15 sacks on the season and also led the team in tackles for loss. Stillwell was recently named a finalist for the Cliff Harris Award, the top small school defensive player in college football. Among the players up for the award, Stillwell was the only sophomore player listed. Jake is here with us today to talk about this prestigious award. Jake, thanks for being on the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
You know, just to start with, what was it like being nominated for a national award?
It's a really cool honor, especially since I was the only sophomore this year. And I know it was one of the first years of this award, so it hasn't been around a while, but I was really honored to be nominated for that award.
Well, can you talk to me a little bit about what the whole presentation was like? I know you told me you were not able to go, but what happened? How did you get selected? How did you get nominated for it? Can you tell us that process?
I'm not exactly sure how I was nominated. It was either through a coach or I know our publicist through Hanover nominates people for awards, and I think he might have nominated me. But it was one of those two ways, and I found out through the coaches one day, and I was really honored. It's a really cool award. Sounds special.
Sounds like it. Well, is this award, how is it going to motivate you for next season?
Oh, I would love to win the award at some point, and that's all the motivation I need. And other thing would be to win conference. I mean, football's a team game, and that's really the big thing. The individual stuff is nice, but I would love to get a conference championship before I leave here.
So it was a pretty good feeling overall getting that?
Great feeling.
Awesome. Well, you know, now we're shifting a little bit to your record that you posted this season, the sack record. You had 15. That's more than most NFL players get in a season.
Yeah, it was very nice. I had a lot of teammates who really helped, and the coaches, they put me in the right situations. It's a team game, and I couldn't have done that by myself. The linebackers, DBs, they do a great job covering receivers, And if they don't cover receivers long enough, I can't make the sack. And the other D linemen keeping the quarterback in the pocket, doing little things that some people may not notice, but it's really helpful for my success and the team's success.
What goes through your head when you're about ready to get the quarterback there? When you see the ball snap, what goes through your head?
Sometimes you just kind of like, it's that little blackout adrenaline type thing, and you just don't really know. It just kind of happens, but it's really a cool feeling. Not probably unrelatable to some things, but it's a special feeling.
Now, earlier this year, I mean, you're not the only player to get some national attention. Dexter went to Mexico for that All-Star game. So with you two being nominated for these national awards, what does that say about Hanover football?
Hanover football, we started out rough this year, but I believe we're a lot better than our record has us kind of posted as. And I would expect next year to completely compete for a conference title, beat Franklin. That's the first and only goal, really.
Well, speaking of goals, what are your goals for next season?
The big goal is to win conference, beat Franklin. I'd like to become an All-American. I'd like to break my own sack record again. I don't want to, I guess, do worse than I did last year. But it'll be tough. It'll be some different challenges, but I'd love to win conference. That's the big one.
Breaking your own sack record, 15.
Yeah.
That's a lot. But so what else should we expect from the team next season? Well, I mean, Dexter, he's a big part of the team for the last 3 years. And other guys like Warden and Colin, what should we expect next year with losing a lot?
Offensively, we didn't lose. We lost Dexter, which is a lot. He all conference a couple years, but we have a lot of guys who are very capable of stepping in and filling that position. We'll have 4 seniors up front on the offensive line. Those young receivers should be a lot better this year. They had a whole offseason to go through, so they should be tremendous. They should just be a lot better than they were last year. And defensively, we have to replace the secondary, but we have good guys coming back, and hopefully we bring in a couple of recruits that can play. But I believe that we'll be all right.
And we're going to beat Franklin?
Yeah, that is the 100% number one goal is to beat Franklin.
That's all we need. So there you have it. Primetime players, they bring home titles. Hanover will try to capture its first conference championship since 2002.